There are Knicks fans, and then there's Anthony Donahue.
You could say I came out of the womb bleeding orange and blue.
Anthony is the Knicks' #1 fan. He's been to almost every home game for more than 20 years.
Why do you think you need to be there every game? No matter what you're going through in life, when I come here, I feel great.
Welcome to Madison Square Garden.
Nobody knows more about the Knicks than Anthony.
A pair of Patrick Ewing sneakers, favorite Knick of all time. First Knick game I ever went to Anthony, the #1 Knicks fan.
He's even become a part of the team's lore himself.
Knicks fans, how are we feeling today?
But for Anthony, the Knicks are more than a team. Early on, they were an escape from a challenging childhood.
I didn't meet my dad till I was 17, nor did I know his name. And my mom, she had some issues, so my grandparents raised me.
And when his little sister Gianna was born, he knew he had to step up.
When I met her, I never even touched a baby, to be honest, and I fell in love with her. My grandmother told me at some point, you're gonna have to do a lot more for her than you realize, so you better get your act together.
Over the years, going to Knicks games became their sibling tradition.
G loved going to the games. That's our place, me and G, going to Knick games, going to the Garden. Even if some games she didn't care about the game, we were there together. People that worked for the team, people literally watched her grow up from a baby to a young woman, So she loved the Knicks.
But in 2010, they received news that changed everything.
When she was 10 years old, she was diagnosed with brain cancer. And I went from, 25, 26-year-old kid that was gonna go out all summer to literally living in the hospital.
During this difficult time, the Knicks community rallied around Gianna.
A fan tweeted me and said we should start a hashtag, and I came up with the name Win for Gianna, but it blew up. Spike Lee tweeted it, Knicks players were tweeting it. 10 years later, it's still a thing. If you're a Knicks fan, you know about the 90s Knicks and how tough they were. And everybody knows how tough G was, man. You could tell her she's having brain surgery in the morning and she's gonna be like, what's for dinner? So that toughness and her personality is so gravitating that made Knicks fans and people around the world fall in love with her. G, how you feeling? Last day of radiation.
It feels good.
Feel like you conquered this? Not gonna stop, right?
No.
Gotta keep fighting, right? It took about 2 years, tons of chemo, brain surgeries, radiation, and she beat it. And what an amazing feeling it was.
But in 2019, Gianna's health took another turn.
They found a cancer that was not curable called glioblastoma, and they gave us the option to fight it, and we fought it. We out here fighting every day, right? Right?
Yeah.
She had told people that told me that she was fighting for me. There was one day I said to myself, I gotta tell her to stop fighting. So about 5 hours before she passed, her eyes were wide open and I said, I need you to stop fighting. It's okay, stop fighting. Then about 5 hours later, I walked out of the room for 5 minutes and that's when she passed. And my life has completely been a 180. All I know is taking care of somebody, and now I'm by myself. And that's why this Knicks season's been so important.
Knicks have clinched home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. The biggest turnout in franchise history.
The fact that we're having our best year in 8 years, we're going back to the playoffs, and every time we win, fans tweet Win for Gianna still. So many fans wear this bracelet, Win for Gianna.
The Knicks are having their best season in years. Anthony doesn't think it's a coincidence.
One of my friends texted me that G up in heaven is on some, quote, angels in the outfield type-ish. The text I got a few weeks ago.
I love that.
Yeah, and she knew only one thing could make me smile, and that's the Knicks winning and the Knicks in the playoffs. And here we are, first time in the playoffs in 8 years. It's so exciting, man. People stop me about G every game. People I know here, fans that follow me on social media, sometimes they'll ask to give me a hug, but it's such a camaraderie between everybody here.